Hello, 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 and welcome to Project Possible with me, Rich Leigh. Today I talked to Matt Binge. Matt created the Food Review Club 7 years ago, and it's completely changed his life. He has become the UK's #1 food critic with millions of followers, with hundreds of millions of views, and just really firmly placed himself at the centre of something on social media that's actually just blown up. We get into who he is who he is, why it was never just food to him, his chaotic childhood, everything in between. Absolutely loved this conversation. Thank you, Matt, for your hospitality, and I hope you all enjoy. So without further ado, I bring to you my conversation with Matt Binge.
Thanks for coming. Welcome to my house.
And I met little Reginald as I walked in.
Yeah.
How old's he now?
He is 7 weeks. Well, I thought I'd think about that. Now I'll get in trouble with his mum. 7 weeks.
How you feeling?
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
He's incredible. I think kids are incredible. You've got a few. You said
I've got 4, yeah.
You've got loads.
Too many.
Yeah.
It's me and Elon Musk.
That's it, yeah. How many is he? He's got about 10, hasn't he?
Oh, it's probably more, right? You know, it's him, Boris Johnson.
How does he have the time for it?
I don't know.
Boris Johnson, he's another top shagger, isn't he?
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
rogue.
a boy.
But he looks like a rogue.
He does.
But he's great. So if anyone does hear any babies crying in the background, baby crying in the background, that would be my son.
But and you got Archie 3 as well.
Yes, got a 3-year-old. He's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
He's like I think everyone says he's like a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart, really, really smart boy. I don't know where he gets it from. Must be from his mum, but he's a breathtaking child, and he absolutely adores his brother.
Nice.
Which is a bit of a concern when you bring in another child in. Is he going to feel left out? Or, I was an only child, so I've got no experience with this whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I just want to integrate them.
And I mean, you've done the same as I have. It's a blended family, right? That's the term for it. Where
is that the term?
That's the term, blended family, which is lovely because it sounds really soft and delicate. And then you're like, there's issues all around it, you know. So it's not the easiest thing in the world. I mean, at this age, maybe. But how are you finding
all the fun to come?
Yeah.
But honestly, it's been fine. Archie's mum's great. I see him essentially half the month, midweek, weekends. We've locked it in our diary, so we've got a structure and a routine that we can live by in this house. So everything's planned and organised. So it's fairly smooth, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the relationship is just about him.
Yeah.
You know, so that's great.
Nice. And how you finding the sleepless nights and how you balancing all that with work?
Having such an incredible partner helps. Emma, this is her first child, so it was all a bit nerve-wracking. You know, how was it going to be? She's been unbelievable. She understands that, let's say I'm filming on a Tuesday and a Thursday, that those nights I probably need to sleep, but that was the plan, but she lets me sleep all the time, and she's breastfeeding, so, you know, it's not a lot.
That's the thing, isn't it?
It's not a lot
weeks,
you can do as a dad.
I wish that we could do more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You feel a bit useless.
Yeah.
But look, clear up some mess, make some drinks.
Do the
make
things
sure
that we can do, right?
Yeah, just do everything you can around that.
Yeah. But no, fair play to you. You still filming? What, you film a couple of times a week? Is that kind of your schedule?
Well, we probably up to 3 times a week. Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. Mondays is a bit of an admin day, and Monday is an admin day for me and Dan, my colleague. The amazing Dan will edit on a Monday and a Friday, and in and around that. Just, you know, small team, big output, lots of stress, lots of pressure, but we get it done. So minimum 2 days a week, Tuesdays or a Thursday, but sometimes a Wednesday. If something comes in the diary and something else comes up, we'd fill the Wednesday as well.
Right. There's so much to get into with you, but because we're on that, let's stick on that. Let's talk. So that editing relationship, are you jumping on editing as well? Or do you kind of leave it to Dan because he knows what he's doing?
Yeah. So I typically would. He might say otherwise here, but I would like to say that I leave most of it to Dan. If I have a particular idea or a concept or a flow of something, or how I think it should look. Now, when you're editing a particular big piece of, I say you're editing, like it's not fucking Jurassic Park here. No. It's only food reviews. It's not like, humble yourself, please. But so, look, okay, it's context. We're putting a lot more effort into our YouTube content now.
Yeah.
Something that I've been pretty bad at and haven't really excited anyone on YouTube. We've got 160,000 subscribers, but our view count was pretty low. We've got 1 million on Facebook and we do really well elsewhere.
It's still 45 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, we're getting there. But that's been
2,000 videos as well, man.
That's still over probably 7 years, which you'd think, something's not working right, honestly. And in a bit of self-reflection, it's been a bit of we've had a bit of time off and we've come back with YouTube. So in that regard, we're trying to actually make a better production, not just talk, eat, conclude and bounce. You know, we're trying our best to provide value to people above and beyond just Paul's chippy, you know, like, yes, of course we do those ones, but every now and again we're going to try and drop a banger, something that's half interesting. So yeah, we got one of those yesterday, which is funny.
Nice.
So we were in Glasgow yesterday. Maybe this video will be out by now, so we can have a laugh about it. With food reviews, sometimes been a little bit boring, a bit one-dimensional, should we say? We pray sometimes that you get some sort of wacky interaction with someone from the public.
Yeah.
It adds a bit of colour to the content, whatever that might be. You know, an interesting dog walker, an old local character walks by.
I mentioned Charlie's Kebabs in Gloucester, and you had a bloke who was filming you live.
Yes.
And then you brought him in. This was obviously 6 years ago now. But
we've had some amazing people like that. So a lady gave me a dog once. We've had some people come to try and kiss my missus and all sorts of crazy stuff. But yesterday was, I think, tops them all. When we turned up to this particular, it's called Spuddy's, a jacket potato spot. This guy, I think he was drunk. He was holding himself together just about, walking his dog, and he pretty much demanded that I bought him a jacket potato. I was like, let's do it. He looked like a bit of a character, very, very Scottish, strong Glaswegian accent. And he said, I'll come back. I'm going to walk up the street and come back. He said, all right, 10 minutes. I'll have a jacket potato waiting for you. I've gone in, done the bit inside the Spuddies. We've come out. And as we've come out, we've worked out that one of the Uber drivers that have just picked up was attacked by his dog. But he kind of was attacked and walked away and came back and thought the dog was mine. He said, is this your dog? Big fellow as well. He looked a little bit tasty, to be honest. He's like, is this your dog? And I was like, no, it's not my dog. It's his dog. Like, I'm not having this. And then he turned on the guy and they nearly had a fist fight over the dog, right?
Jesus.
Seriously. Whilst we're filming, so I've got 2 jacket potatoes in my hands with a third jacket potato. So I've got
this is getting cold, mate.
I've got my 2 jacket potatoes and he ordered a jacket potato with garlic butter and lots of cheese. So I've got 3 jacket potatoes in my hand, watching this unfold in front of me. Whilst they're arguing, he's kind of got his dog back on the choker lead. It's a little Frenchie, but quite a big Frenchie. Right. And the dog is being choked out. The dog collapses and we're like, oh my God, they just killed the dog. So mid argument, the dog now goes over. So I'm like, I've got jacket potatoes in my hands trying to think, oh God, what are we going to do here? He's this, I'm calling him like the drunk dog walker. He might be, I'm really sorry if you weren't drunk, if you're watching this, but you definitely looked and felt drunk.
Right.
Like you'd been on the vodka all morning or something.
Right.
Bear in mind, this was 11 o'clock in the morning. To the dog, then he's like trying to bring the dog back to life. Dan's getting really upset. It's quite a thing to, and I'm on camera trying not to be awkward, thinking, is this a bad time to crack a joke? Obviously, I'm a big dog lover. Like, this is terrible. And he asked the guy for a water, and then he gets the dog back to life. So we're kind of elated. And then he's like, he thinks he's now going to come in to do the review with me. And it's like, we can't have this. You've just nearly killed your dog on camera. So it's like, how are we going to piece this together into some sort of content?
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what he's kind of hoping and pray for.
You know, dog gets resuscitated live is a hell of a hook, mate.
But I think everyone's going to be like, you worry though, because people say, oh, you should have maybe gone to help the dog or something. But
what should you have done? You a vet?
But you don't know in the heat of the moment how to react.
Yeah.
Because you obviously you're being judged by maybe 100,000 people right now as well. You've got Wembley Stadium looking at your reaction to this dog.
Yeah.
So I kind of just stayed out of it. The shop owner got the dog some water and he was splashing the water in the dog's face and he got it back to life. And he goes, this has happened before. But you think, this man should not have a dog.
He said this has happened before?
He said it's happened before, yeah. But he had a harness on. The dog had a harness. It's taking a real U-turn.
No, Matt, we got time.
Yeah.
We got time, man.
The dog had a harness on, but he had one of the choker collars. And I think if you have a choker collar the wrong way, it doesn't self-release. Right. It looked like he had it on the wrong way. So the dog, the more he pulled, it just went like right up his thing and he just was out. No. Like he choked the dog out in front of us. So this is the carnage we have to deal with.
Is that the craziest thing that's ever happened on camera?
I think so.
That's up there.
It's got to be up there.
That's up there. That's mental.
Well, I've eaten a chip before that I gave to a dog as well. That was pretty funny.
What?
I tried to feed the dog a chip.
Yeah.
they like nibbled the end, like it's a bit of a mangy looking dog as well. It's kind of funny. I was putting the dog out because I thought it'd be funny to bring on camera. It's like really looked about 27 years old,
right?
Like losing patches of hair,
yeah.
But looked like a cool dog, but a bit not the sort of dog you'd be particularly happy to share food with.
Yeah.
And I remember like offering it a chip, and it sort of like nibbled the end of the chip. And then like I got chatting to the owner, who was really nice. And then I just had the chip in my hand, and I just thought that was my chip, and I just ate it, and I was like, oh no, that's the dog, that's the chip. I had the dog.
Jesus, mate.
It's been some good times.
Yeah, I mean, how long have you been doing it now?
7 years.
7 years. If you were talking to my mum,
8 years.
Bloody hell.
We're coming up to the 8th, yes. So we started in October 2018.
Okay, so 7.5 years.
Yeah, there we go.
Fair play. If you were talking to my mum and she said, "What do you do, Matt?" What would you say?
We are a travelling roadshow of food reviews, where we try and essentially go around UK finding these little hidden gems and foodie hotspots. That's the telephone box brief.
Mm-hmm. Just predominantly independents that you tried to stick to.
Yeah, but everything's on the table.
Yeah.
We love going to meet little independents, but at the same time, we just like eating food. I've always been the same. Yeah. I've just loved food, whether it's not even a McDonald's sometimes or a KFC. I remember some of my best memories were having a big bucket of KFC down the cricket club or the rugby club with your loved ones. It's not always about the food for me. It's about the memories and the nostalgia around food. So I'm not a foodie snob, should we call it? I'm like to say I like normal food.
Well, you said there about the nostalgia around food, and I've heard you talk about food in relation to your childhood before.
Yes,
you've talked about your childhood. You said that it was chaos to a degree. Can you touch on that? So
yeah, sure.
When you say it was chaos, what do you mean?
So when I was my mum and dad split up when I was younger, and I lived with my mum. And
you were very young, weren't you? Like
yeah.
One?
Maybe like 1 or 2, yeah. So my memories of childhood are just horrible, really. I don't want to go into too much detail, but I witnessed things and experiences, and I was forced to do things that I wouldn't wish upon anyone. But it's not like this victim thing. I'm actually quite, in a weird way, grateful now because it's made me who I am, which is a strange thing. I'm not grateful for, I've probably still got some personal insecurities now that I'm still carrying, but in terms of like work and like wanting to do something, I think I am grateful for that life in a fucked up way.
So you were with your mum most of the time?
Initially, yes.
Right?
But then I think in those days, if parents split up, you'd always go to the mum, disregarding. Look, my dad wasn't perfect either, but he's a good man. I got a lot of love for my dad. He's incredible. But I think when I was old enough to make a decision, I pretty much moved to my dad. But at the time when you're younger, you don't understand what's right and what's wrong.
It's funny what you accept as normal.
Yes, correct. I didn't know that wasn't normal. And it's funny, after that, when I spoke about it, some of my friends from where I lived said I had no idea that stuff was going on. And it's like, I didn't really know it wasn't normal at the time either. It's like,
once you then realise it is not normal, I don't know about you, we were very, very keen to hide it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's almost shameful.
It is some of the things are very embarrassing that a grown man wouldn't want to talk about. But like, it was just chaos. You might think, oh, it must be this was this. Alcohol, drugs, men in the house, life-threatening situations.
I mean, I heard you talking about resuscitating
your
mum.
Yeah. Just really, all of it, really. It's just like a circus of nonsense that no child should ever be in. But I don't spend much time thinking about it or living it at all. I've got a really good way of forgetting.
I was with an entrepreneur, a guy called Richard Browning, I was speaking to. He founded Gravity. So he's the real life Iron Man. You've probably seen him walking around on socials. The guy that flies, the jet suit. And he said that his whole team, he's like, not only the people that have come through that kind of adversity, childhood or otherwise, possibly the more interesting people, he said, but I think my team is made up entirely of those people, because the go-getters...
It definitely gives you a certain amount of character.
You know, you think about...
It's a shame that it comes at that cost, though.
It's shit. It's really shit that it has to, but... You know, you're never going to live a normal life. No. I hope that I'm never going to live a, quote unquote average life. You know, to live an average life would be a failing to me because of, I guess, what I've come through and possibly what you've come through. So it just strikes me that some of the most successful people have come through this stuff. They've had to come through the other end and have the mindset that you've just had there, which is, I don't want to dwell on it. You said, I don't want to be a victim.
If you've looked darkness in the face, ooh, I'm very emotional. If you look darkness in the face like that, it definitely can give you a resilience that you will never get if you don't, if that makes sense.
Right.
If you stand like in front of it and think about it, it's powerful. And like, it just, what comes out the other end of that is not the same person. Do you understand? It's like you can create a monster just trying to protect the child
Yeah.
that's in you. Like,
I saw a video on social, and it was therapy in 60 seconds. And the first thing that you went, your parents did the best they could, get over it.
yeah.
And that was literally.
Yeah, but it's true, and it's just
and you kind of have to accept that that's the case.
yeah, and look, it is what it is as well. Like I've said this before, it's not, no, life goes on.
Are they both still with us?
Yeah.
You said you that,
yeah. I will never speak to mum again. It's got with air in my lungs. That's finished. But my dad's his 80th birthday this month, and I'm not. I don't want it to come across like a victim thing. It's not that at all. I'm happy of what happened, because it's created this. It's a bit of a go-getter.
The difficult thing you have to get to is it did happen. You can't do anything about it, and the unhappiest people in the world are those that just look back. And also they don't achieve anything. You can't. Like I know from my last year, you can't achieve if all you're doing is looking at the situation you're in or the situation you were in, because there's runway in front of you, and you got to see it.
Yeah. I found that in business and work, that speed and pace and work rate is a really wonderful way of forgetting about bullshit. Yeah.
Busy.
If you just, the faster you run and you can't hear any noise, you just like, let's go.
I like that.
Yeah, like just not having too much time to think is good sometimes.
Becoming a dad, you mentioned Archie is 3. Becoming a dad, did that open any wounds, or did it help anything to heal?
No, it immediately made me realise, and it does now, that how can anyone treat such precious little souls in that way? And again, I'm not trying to throw shade on anyone, whatever. Do you know what? I don't care, actually. But it's just a fact. Right. And when I look at him and Reginald in there, it's like it woke me up.
It breaks you.
It makes it even worse, actually. But I felt like that when I became a conscious adult, when I understood that wasn't normal. It never will be normal, and it's not something that anyone should accept.
But you got to get over the injustice of it.
You soon work out, though, that life isn't fair.
Yeah.
And
we work that out probably
our bullshit
quicker
as
than
well.
most.
Just what we said, I still had clothes in a house, and our bullshit that we think, I got emotional. It's not. I say bullshit loosely. It's not to me.
Bullshit, no.
But you know, our granddads and forefathers, our freedom today was paid for by a much bigger sacrifice than worrying about how you were treated for a few years when you were a kid. There, people lost their lives, and our entire generation went to war. These people were chosen to go away. I'm not trying to get too deep with it now, but if you actually think about our own little struggles and tribulations and what's fair and what's not fair, there's much worse things going on, and you just got to channel that fucking darkness and whatever it is inside you, just try and channel it into some sort of positivity. Otherwise, it's a fucking waste of time. What you went through anyway. Yeah. Did you know what I mean? I try not to. It's first of all, it's funny when you say I get emotional, but I don't think about it, and I can't think about it. I don't want to think about it. I just want to work. That's the ultimate fuck you to anyone that put you through anything in your life. It's just to overshadow them with look at what I've managed to do now after everything that I went through.
Funny you say that. My drive is definitely anger. Anger is what fuels me. Has done pretty much always. And it's
anger's a strong emotion, though, bro.
Right. Is that what you feel like? Because that fuck you kind of energy that you've got there.
I felt like you said something like anger. Then I was like, oh, that's a strong emotion. Then you said that to me. I was like, hate.
Really? Yeah. So
I don't know. There's some sort of. I think we're all a bit fucked up a little bit, and we're probably our nuclear reactor inside is probably fueled by something hate, anger, injustice, whatever it might be. If you use whatever you fucking fuel you can burn your fire with. You know,
we all need a driver, right?
If you're cold in the rainforest and it's raining, you're just going to burn whatever you can to survive, right? That's probably how I think about it.
Mate, interesting. Cheers for talking about it, because I know it's not the nicest thing to talk about, but this podcast for me is why people success is wonderful, right? Success is brilliant. I've been sat opposite billionaires and bloody World Cup winners and whatever. It's why you are you. And fundamentally that starts from day dot, And that is a part of you. And I get that you're like, no, I just want to work and I want to put it, in the rearview mirror a little bit. But you're still why you are who you are and why you've done what you've done. And I said in a quick video I did before this, you inspire me and you fascinate me. No, you do, because you're one of those people, and there are very few that have carved a life out using content creation all for yourself. Look around, look at you, man. Look at look at what you've done.
It's funny when you say success, because I think success is so subjective. Just because there's a nice house and a couple of nice cars on the drive, it's like I think I've found my best success in the last, probably since I've been with Emma. No disrespect to anyone, but just being happy and present and content, I think, is the ultimate success. Because I've had some really successful monetary stuff in the past, and that's probably been my most unhappiest.
So funny, isn't it?
The success for me is being a good father and a partner and friend, having your shit together, being the person that would get called by someone that needs help. That would make me feel like I was being a success, not the person that needs to ring people all the time. If you're the person that would, hey mate, I need a favour, or can you help me with this? If I get those phone calls, I know that I'm acting and projecting myself in the right way, and because people trust me to help them solve a problem. Yeah, that makes me feel like a success. If my if my son wants to give me a cuddle, or that's the best. And that's only very recent.
What does success look like to you when you're, let's say, 25?
Well, I was probably after my teens, I was a bit of a no-hoper. So my answer to that would be just having a car and a stable income. You'd think, a Lamborghini. No, I honestly, I went to uni at Bath, and I essentially had no money. I got qualified for the grants and all that sort of stuff through your parents' income or whatever else, which pretty much the entire money went. So all of my money effectively went onto rent. And Bath is quite an affluent city, so we were going out lots, and I don't know how I managed to survive.
My youngest brother went to uni there, so I spent a lot of time in Bath.
It's a lovely city, good night out. But I became chronically aware of how little I had, or opportunity to ever go from there to afterwards. I got a local job, just doing a really normal job, running cables, and it was like, wow, I've got nothing, no aspirations or hope at that stage. So just having a good stable income, my own car, maybe my own place, that would have been a dream.
What did you do at uni?
Sports coaching.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And was sport always your thing?
I loved. Effectively went just to play rugby and get drunk. Really, I just loved it. Yeah, rugby and cricket. Yeah. I played county rugby and county cricket. Yeah. I wasn't particularly great. Played to quite a good standard, but more probably because I was a good team player, like a good utility member of the squad. Not ever because I was a superstar.
In both sports.
Right. Yeah, rugby because I was half big and strong, but I wasn't particularly technical or great, just because I was big and I could play prop. And cricket, I was a good fielder. Could bat a little bit. Yeah. Good. Member of the team maybe, but I was never a superstar. I just absolutely loved it.
And you threw yourself into it.
Yes.
Was sport for you a way to escape from things a little bit?
But sport is wonderful in a way of bringing people together that are all the fucking same. No one cares about anything when you're a rugby. You're just part of the team, and your performance is rewarded. Sorry, that people just love you anyway on your performance or no performance. You're just part of a family. And that's a really nice thing in any sport. It brings people together, and you're a unit, you're a family. You go on the pitch together, you bleed for each other, you fight, you celebrate, you lose together, and it's a really unique bond that's only forged under turf. It's like
I talk about this all the time.
Something you can't get.
Yeah, I think that sport teaches us so very, very much. Yeah. How to win, how to lose, how to be, as you say, part of a team, how to push yourself, how to find something within yourself you didn't know you had. All of these things.
It doesn't matter about your bank account, your race, your religion, or your upbringing. Yeah. Good times, bad times. No one cares. How did you play on Saturday? Yeah. Did you stick it to your opponent? Did you get stuck in when you needed to? It's nice. It's how you build it. It's a really nice thing, and I found a lot of solace in sport growing up.
So that was always going to be did you think when you were a kid, right, that's going to be what I do?
No.
coaching?
I was never good enough. I think I didn't even, I was so, yeah, no, I don't think I had enough talent for that. I just loved it on a really basic level.
Yeah.
But coaching, I loved coaching. I got my qualifications for coaching, but I went to Bath to do the coaching degree because it was all that was left on clearing.
Right.
Yeah. And I think it was the lowest, the points situation. I can't remember exactly. I'm not very academic at all. So I barely made the points to get onto that. And that's effectively, it was just like, that was all I could do. It was that or like some sort of shitty pottery degree or something. It's like, I don't know, I'm just making it up, but it was Brighton or Bath. And that was the thing. I thought, Bath's good for sport. Let's do that. Nice. No structural planning.
That's as much thought as went in.
Yeah. Just basically get me to another city for a little bit and live that life.
Yeah, and I mean, it's quite far from where we are, and I know you grew up somewhat around here. So being away from home, was that good for you? Was that great to be kind of away from the stress?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I went with a friend who lived around here, so I had a friend. But you know what uni's like. You quickly, like when you're younger, you make friends.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Especially sport again. It's a wonderful thing to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the bond. It's the family. Straight away,
you've got you get some friends for life instantly.
Yeah.
One beer, one night out, and they're your best mates.
I adore it. Like, even now, some of my closest mates are still people that I had a beer with 20 years ago.
Yeah,
and you're just like,
I think this is a rule here. If someone could be a stranger, if you have one night out with them where you go all the way through and you get drunk together, from that point forward, you are now mates.
Yeah,
that's how it works in the man's world.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
it's funny because here
provided they're not some sort of pillock. Yeah, or some sort of weirdo like who's reenacting sort of karate routines in the, as long as you're a normal fella.
I've heard you talking about a guy called Jim. Now we're going to jump ahead a tiny bit here. Jim in Australia. Wow. Firstly, how did you end up on Australia? And secondly, we got onto him. But was that a holiday? Was it a gap year? What was the situation?
So I played Premier League cricket in the Southwest. I stayed down there. And I had quite a good season. I had probably my best season of cricket ever. And my friend Simon, who's a fantastic cricketer, got an opportunity to go to Australia as a overseas professional. When you say professional, just you're paid and you're looked after when you're there.
Yeah. To get someone to stay in.
Yes. Yeah. You're not like a full professional. Like you're just looked after and you're treated nicely. And I had a pretty good season. He's a fast bowler, and I said to him, maybe I could come with you. He's my best friend, love him to bits, still do now. And he sent a message, look, I've got a mate. He averaged this last year. He scored this amount of runs. Would you like him to come as a batsman? He's quite happy to pay his own way. So I went over with him, and he lasted about 4 days over there, and had to come back because he'd missed his girlfriend.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, terrible behaviour from him. Terrible. He lied about it as well. It's great. Yeah, he said he had a family emergency, had to go home, and then
right. And it literally was. He was just
straight on Instagram of him back reunited with his missus, and he missed that opportunity. Never mind. I had a great time.
Have you talked to him about that since?
Oh yeah.
Is he still?
I didn't. When I got home, I did not talk to him. I was so annoyed with him. Seriously, I was, because we went together, and he chose the girl.
Are they still together?
No, he split up straight away. Probably after when I got home, when I got him back out. But yeah, no, we're good. He's amazing. So I stayed. So I was like a bit like, fuck, he's the drawer here. He's the good cricketer.
Right.
And they said, no, you're good. You've come all this way. We'll look after you. And I lived with this guy called Jim, who was a fantastic guy, super successful. I don't know if you've been to Melbourne before.
I've never been to Australia, mate.
He worked for the train system over there. He had a really, really good paying job, but he was very normal. And I think he saw something in me for the first time ever that he thought, he made me think that I could go on to do something. And it was like someone switched a light on in me that actually maybe I could. I'm not very sort of book smart or intelligent in that regard. And I think in the UK, if you don't do good in tests at school, if you're not surrounded by entrepreneurs or real go-getters, and my dad had his own business, but I never wanted to follow in his footsteps, in that, or he never educated me on
a fishing
tackle shop. Great business. He's a super guy, but we never had that relationship where I'd be educated by him or any sort of inspiration. It wouldn't inspire me to go on and try it myself. I actually thought that my dad thought I was a bit of a muppet, like a bit of a, not very, he's not going to do anything. Like he's just he's finished. Just I won't achieve anything. That's how it felt to me anyway. He might argue the other way.
How old are you, by the way?
38.
No. You're 38 now. But how old were you in Australia at this point?
About 25.
Yeah.
So 26 maybe.
Yeah.
Late enough to still be finding yourself, or maybe not. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so he maybe saw something in me, and we started talking about, like, you know, what could I do when I went back, and and from that moment it was like someone rung a bell in my head, and I couldn't unhear it then, and it took me probably a few years after that to actually have the courage to pursue anything. But from that moment forward,
what do you think he saw in you?
I don't know. Maybe a bit of himself. I'm not sure. It was funny. He was the first sort of fully grown bloke. He's a big fella. He looked after himself, and he just told me to get up the gym. He could probably tell I was a bit unfit. So I probably lost about 10 kilos while I was living with him. And I was like, wow, this guy's a bit of a, you know, those people in life that just, they see you for who you are, and they're like a bit of the coach you never knew you needed. Asking you a bit of a direct question, or will challenge your mindset in some way. Why do you say that? You think, fuck, okay. Oh yeah, I don't know why I do say that, actually. Like, one of those people is a bit spicy. Like, he had a fantastic bullshit radar, you know, and like, he ended up looking after me when I was there, and they would give me some money every week if in exchange I'd cut the grass. So I paid my way. And when I came back from living with him, I definitely knew I wanted to try and do something. But when you've got nothing, it's you think you can't. And that's a really interesting situation you can find yourself in. You think, oh, really, if I only had some money to start this, and you think, oh, everyone's got fucking 10 grand to throw at the new business. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. You know, there's a saying that an empty wallet has never held anyone back. Only an empty mind will do that. There's ways to do it, and you can start small, you can grow, you can scale. Yes, it might take you longer, but you can. So I ended up starting a cricket bat company called Raw Cricket Company. Loved it. Remember, like, making my first sale. Was like,
you don't forget it, do you?
Oh,
genuinely.
I went. The first thing I did, went to bought Chinese. Yeah, I got all the trimmings as well, like all the expensive dishes.
What a wonderful kind of cyclical thing to then get to where we are now.
Yeah. I think I actually sold the guy 2 bats, and I was like, wow, I am good at this. I only had 2 in stock, sold them both, made, like, let's just say I made 75 quid. I think I made. Or maybe 50, 25 on each.
But still, that's 50 quid you made.
No, but that was like, at the time, I had a really bad job as well. I was doing, all I could get when I came home was a job terminating data cables just up the road. And because I'd never had any experience, I was like, you know, I'm a 25-year-old guy at the time. I was on $6.50 an hour. And I was just thinking to myself, like, the guys in the office would say, you never stop talking about ideas and things, and you could see everyone's going, oh, here he goes again. Like, chatting about, I was talking about, maybe I could buy a $5,000 micro digger and rent it out to all the local builders. And they're like, no, it would never work because of this. What if it breaks? I'm like, yeah, okay, right, cool. Let's on to the next one. And I would just, like, go from idea to idea to idea. And the cricket bat thing, I dabbled in it in the past, buying them at a trade price, trying to sell them at,
just like branding them, and then...
No, I wasn't even branding them at the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, I just would buy a blank cricket bat. You could buy stickers on the internet and stuff on eBay. So you buy a blank, sticker it or non-sticker it, and most people just use the blank if it was the right price. And just try and make 25, 30 quid if I could on a bat, maybe. And I think, wow, that's half a day's work at $6.50 now. Like, Jesus Christ! And when that intent and energy snowballed. So you'd get your paycheck at the end of the month, and think, Jesus Christ, if I could sell like 5 bats, that would be like the same as my entire month. And you think, wow. And you start to question your job, and you think, now you're walking down this rabbit hole of entrepreneurship and, like, trying to figure out something to make it work and be self-sustaining. And that went on then for the next few years. I upgraded my job, got more money through experience, but then I carried on working in the evenings and weekends, relentlessly building this cricket bat company. Like, self-education of this is, I'm big on this. At school, when you sat in a classroom, I could never do it. I cannot understand what you're trying to tell me. I really, really struggled with it. Some things you're not interested in. I don't care about what you're trying to tell me. But self-education, if you find the right thing, is so powerful, and I truly believe it can make you a fortune. I never even knew what marketing was, but when I was writing my posts on Facebook, I was thinking, actually, this isn't a bit marketing. I started reading marketing literature and seeing other people in the game, how they were doing it. And I, just with my little self-education in the evenings and weekends, I grew that Facebook page to 50,000 followers. And people in the game like Gunnar Moore and Gray Nichols and Kookaburra, they had 5,000. And there was me with Raw Cricket Company on 50,000 followers, and we did like 6-figure sales from the website. And I quickly worked out that it wasn't the cricket bats that I liked. It was the game of marketing and understanding that. And I fucking loved it.
Finding and capturing attention.
Building and like attention and showcasing your product, not by writing a letter to the newspaper or wishing you could get it on TV. No, there's social media stuff. You can get into people's eyeballs out on their sofa very easily. And this is a long time. This is probably 10 years ago to the day, maybe 11 years ago, when you could get crazy reach on Facebook for free before they started bottlenecking everyone, before they super monetized their end. You could, with a good little strategy and some cool posts, some nice pictures, you could really get a lot of reach. So that helped. But you know, then people would say locally, like, how the fuck has this guy built a Facebook page to 50,000? And some really successful business owners would reach out to me and say, mate, look, we're just getting new to this social media thing. Do you think you could help us out with our page? So then that was like, wow, maybe I could start charging people to run their social media pages for them. And that's what I did after. I sold Raw Cricket Company, just moved it on because I felt like this opportunity was much bigger. And I started a digital marketing company.
What were the margins like on the bats? So you reckon you're making...
Yeah, so you could maybe buy a really good cricket bat for 75 to 125 quid and maybe sell it for 150 to 200.
Right. Okay, so you can double it.
Yeah.
So we're talking 50% margins. Kind of.
Maybe slightly less, but we developed the brand, got some stickers done, and that adds a bit of a premium to it. I imported containers of our softs, which is your leather, gloves, pads, bags.
Right.
And we branded ourselves as like a young, fresh...
Yeah. It's not known for being like the coolest sport,
no,
right?
It was a bit dated at the time. There's loads of great brands out there now that are competing with the big guys. But at the time, I would say we were making a little bit of noise, but that's just my...
Well, I guess it's quite a seasonal brand, is it?
That's really affected us. You have really good sales up till September, and then it would dry up again, and then you'd have to go to sleep. Right. So it wasn't a business that I could really get excited about all winter or sustain any sort of lifestyle for 52 weeks of the year. But this all happened really quickly. So then I was like running social media accounts for other businesses locally, and I ended up quitting my job to start my agency.
Can you remember what you were charging?
Yeah, so I think we had 3 different packages at the beginning, maybe like £250 a month, some really small stuff like that. And I remember like that was a hard sell at the beginning.
Yeah.
But obviously we had people paying thousands by the end, which you've worked in that ecosystem yourself. But we had nearly 300 clients at the end.
300 clients at the same time?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
Wow.
We had a web development team. We had a social media team. We had a videographer. I even built my own studio. It was a really, really interesting business. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. We made a lot of mistakes. I was a bit of a visionary with it, but ultimately I wasn't probably the guy to be running the business.
Right. Once it got past a certain size, you mean? Or
yeah, I just wasn't very good at running a business. I'm still not great at it now, to be honest. And that's me being completely transparent and honest. I'm an ideas guy. I love action in things. I get excited by silly stuff, but the day-to-day running of the business and trying to be people's bosses, I hated that. At a certain
point, mate, my business was in PR. You go so far away from PR by the end that you're running that company and similar size. You got to about 30. Same for me. But employees. I'm not doing PR anymore.
Yeah.
You're not doing marketing anymore. You're probably not even advising on. You're doing you're reconciling the bank account.
Yeah,
you're doing all the stuff that is kind of, I don't really want to be doing this stuff.
Yeah.
And you move away from the stuff you're good at.
Yeah. And then, the cash flow becomes an issue, and then you're stressing. It's like you've got a lot of mouths to feed. We had, like you said, we had quite a few members of staff, which it brings its own headaches.
Mate, so I could probably even guess at your monthly wage bill, right?
Yeah.
Because, again, I had that around my neck every month.
Yes,
and we were lucky in that we'd had some good times and built a buffer and all that. But then when COVID came, and we'll get onto that, I was like, oh shit, we're not making that money back, and all of a sudden I'm just, paying out of this pot.
So like what I found with the COVID stuff, we'll come on to this, but we were so far we were expanding really quickly. We had some cash flow issues, a couple of massive VAT bills that you're just not expecting because you're young and whatever else. And like you're 1 or 2 months away from catastrophe. Say that you don't get, someone doesn't pay you their invoice or something happens. If that money needs to get paid to the team, or it's just game over. We grew really quickly, and it got to the point where when COVID came, we just couldn't survive.
Yeah,
we did our best, and we managed to work out of it, but all of the good members of staff left. And I don't blame them now. I was very bitter at the time. Yeah. I think they're almost like your family, and they've let you down at the end. But I don't blame them. I wasn't a great boss. I probably wasn't much fun to work with. I would occasionally turn up late. If you self-medicate, no doubt we'll come to that. Yeah. I wasn't a great human at that time. A lot of stress.
It's grown quickly. I mean, in how many years has it gone from naught to that?
Yeah,
naught to 300 clients. How quickly do you think we're talking?
Like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, that's quick.
Rapid.
You're literally putting track out as you're doing. You're like,
sure.
You like,
for sure. But it's like I thought success was, if I did it again now, it'd be. I'd love the opportunity, maybe, or not. Yeah. But I thought success was like walking into office, having a massive team.
Yeah.
And then I would go on social media and talk about how great our clients are, and I'd be super proud of our projects. We did some sort of campaigns with some really great national business, and it was like, the more cars I had in the car park, the more I thought we were successful, because I could go to the pub and show them the Meet the Team page. Yeah. And like, look at that. Yeah. You'd scroll for 30 seconds and it'd still be another, oh my God, wow. Like, your team must be good. You must be so successful. Yeah. But you would know that actually we're struggling to pay the bills.
Yeah.
We've got a big fancy office. Like I said, built a studio, tried to launch a podcast studio way before.
What was the company called?
Profile Digital Agency. Ended up having to liquidate it. It just was a nightmare. All of the key members of staff, like I said, they left. The really good ones that could dominate their department and build stuff that we could sell left. So we had to outsource everything. Margins became terrible. Yeah, the team became flaky. There was some theft in the office. People were skimming from me. People were getting work done by themselves. And I also had then started doing the food reviews, which sort of I quickly worked out that was going to be my future. So I probably left, took an eye off of what was going on in that office, to my detriment, and the bills became too much, and again, we had to liquidate the business.
I know so many people
really upsetting.
That were running companies at the time. Marketing, branding, PR, advertising just took an enormous hit, and we've not recovered yet as industries, as creative industries, whatever. And I don't think they will. AI, particularly right now, is, as you probably imagine, you probably don't read all the trade stuff. I still keep an eye on it. It's fucked. Advertising, creative, marketing, although they're fucked. Like I read yesterday, if I think it might be year on year. Yeah, it's down on year. So if last year there were 100 job ads, now there are 40. That's what we're talking about. Like that kind of drop in entry level. There's people just leaving the industry willingly or not, and it's just why? Because things like COVID, these brands are like, yeah, we do. Like I literally had one say, Rich, I know I signed that contract, but you might as well rip it up.
Yeah.
They're like, that invoice isn't getting paid. It's like, we don't have money. Yeah. Because a lot of businesses are running like you just said. You're running on bloody, wishing a prayer and, a couple of months cash in the bank. Mm-hmm. So are they going to pay that to the PR agency, the marketing agency, or are they going to pay their people first? You know what they're going to do. Yeah. So, so mate, I feel your pain, but a lot of friends, colleagues, peers struggled and businesses fell. They just do like that. You can't fight a market force like that. Nothing like that had happened before.
It was funny because we had quite a good audience with Food Review Club at the time, and I used Food Review Club heavily to push back towards Profile to try and help get some sales in. So people knew about that agency, and when we did have to liquidate, people was like, "Oh my God, what a failure!" And they were obviously I was a bit of a laughing stock at the time. Now that really hurt because it was, as you just said, what can you do? COVID it fucked you. Yeah, it's just like
a once in a, not even generation, a once in a multi-generation lifespan thing that's just come along and like decimated industries.
Mm-hmm. Like we lost like 90%, 90% of our clients in one day,
mate.
And they never came back.
I said to you it was quite similar for me. Ours was over a few days though. I just remember picking up every time the phone rings, it's like, oh, that's a client. Brilliant, cool. I know what's happening.
So we got the government grant, for example. I remember this. So obviously we tried to keep all the staff on. I think the grant, I can't even remember what it was called now. We got one grant, and that entire grant went in on the first month's wages. I think we had like a little bit left for the next one, but then month 2 was like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
The furlough system came in, which helped us. All that helped us did was to cling on.
Yeah.
Difficult.
It's rough times
to navigate.
How were you coping personally at the time?
Absolutely dreadful.
Yeah.
Dreadful.
What does that look like?
Because it's all of the mistakes you've made with banking and not banking cash, spending too much, overreach, over trading, all of that stuff comes back and bites you when something like that happens. And it's like, well, I told you so. You know, it really highlighted my failures as a boss for that business. And you again, when there's moments you have to look in the mirror and you're like, yeah, I did that. Even though it was COVID and it was a once in a lifetime, I get it. But I probably could have done more to, I don't know. I haven't spent much time thinking about it. It's a tough situation, but it's embarrassing. That was my baby. You know, I loved that business. I loved marketing. But again, I went on to do Food Review Club off the back of it, understanding the market and how video content was getting pushed and attention and real attention and what you could do with that attention, if you could monetize and the rest of it. And ultimately, my biggest passion of them all always has been and always will be food.
Yeah.
So it led me down to the garden path to somewhere I was really happy to be. So I don't look back on it too much. It's like,
was there almost a relief that it's you, and somebody holding the camera? Do you know what I mean? It's on an iPhone, like, because what I found since selling the company in May, and you know, I can't obviously talk about the deal, you know, particularly publicly, but you know, it's I feel so much better for not having all of that responsibility now. Do you know what I mean? Because it was.
Business is not for the faint-hearted, is it? It's the Instagram. It's what I'm saying to you when you turn up. It's nice to have success. It's like, fuck. It almost pains me to say it. It's like, it's not. I'm in so much pain, like you've been on a daily basis. That you just get. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Business is a painful existence. Yeah. It is a painful existence, but it's a great place to be because it's the ultimate challenge. You know, it's fun, and the end result. The end result is that you potentially could have something if you work hard enough that's cool one day, and you can talk to your children and say, "Daddy did this," or "Mummy or Daddy," whatever you might be. And I think that's worth getting in the ring and having a go.
100%.
It is super painful.
I mean, is that, you ever heard or seen the speech, the man in the arena? You know, it's basically like, you know, it's not for anybody watching. It's the man in the arena with the blood and the sweat and the tears and, you know, all that. That's the person that counts, because you're in it. You put yourself in that space. You put yourself in that place to succeed or not. And most people won't.
Being a creator, you've had some incredible creators on this podcast, and I'm sure they all feel the same. Being a creator, you open yourself up to ridicule, being laughed at, looking like a wally. It's not always easy.
I've read, and I've said this a few times, so people might get bored of me repeating this, but I read that success is on the other side of cringe. I quite like that. True. I quite like that, because you've got to put yourself out there in a way that's...
you just need to be comfortable with looking like a wally. Being like an idiot.
We talked about your first ones. Let's go back that 7.5 years then. And if you were to look back at your first one now, how would you think? Like, what would you say?
Well, we have referenced how long we've been going now, because we've been going a little while. We have referenced that. So I've had to dig out some of those videos for content. Yep. And they're difficult to watch. And like, I think everyone... I said to you earlier, just the more videos you do, blah, 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 when we're off camera.
It's reps, right?
Yeah, reps. Yeah. So if you look, even Mr. Beast, if you look at his first video, it's diabolical. And people think it's, you know, cute to look at your old videos. I hate it.
You're not a fan?
No.
Why?
I see someone in pain and like, who's trying too hard. I see cringy jokes. I see premeditated random statements.
Right.
And like, I see... someone who's not being authentic.
Interesting.
So it's like I see a fraud.
Right.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? It took me a while to build up the confidence to go, do you know what, actually, I don't have to be this fucking idiot. I would swear too much. I'm swearing a bit. But I would say some crass things and some vulgar stuff to try and be funny.
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't understand at the time that if you just slow it down and
I guess you're always looking for that moment that might make your content ping, right?
Yeah.
Might make, if I just say this one funny thing, then that gets clipped, and then this big person references it, and then all of a sudden my channel's massive, and so I guess, rather than thinking consistency and quality, do you feel like
my journey has been I feel a bit slow sometimes with that sort of stuff, because I think people can also see not a fraud. It might be a strong word, but I definitely would have rubbed people up in the wrong way by trying to be too brash and almost funneling in a Gordon Ramsay type character that's aggravating to watch. Do you
remember around that time? This was like your Dapper Laughs kind of time, right? Who might be speaking to him. He seems like a good guy.
Great.
Yeah, Dan. So hopefully that'll happen. But that content played. That content worked. Where you are a little bit more brash and a bit blokey, and that kind of stuff did numbers, right? So I can see why.
Any content where you're trying to be yourself will work eventually. I think it will never work if you're trying to be someone you're not.
I mean, that makes me hopeful. It really does, because
but that's eventually people just fall in love. If you're consistent enough, it's like you said, reps. And if you're consistent enough, you'll find your tone, you'll find your voice, you'll find your meaning, you'll find your little catchphrases, you'll find little segments that will work.
Yeah.
But it's like, I've said this before, it's like sharpening a knife. At the beginning, it's pretty blunt. But after 5 years of sharpening that same knife, you're going to know exactly how the file works, exactly what grit to angle it should be going at. You'll be able to look at it and go, oh, that's a bit I missed. You'll become an expert. Your knife in 5 years will be fucking sharp. It only gets sharp by reps on top of reps, weeks, days, long nights. There's no shortcut to the sharp knife. There is there's no machine you can run it through. There's no nothing. It's just reps.
Was there something you've touched on, the fact that you were one of the first people, if not the first person in the UK, to be doing what you did and what you do now? Was there an inspiration otherwise?
Yes, yes. Dave Portnoy.
Dave Portnoy, right? Yeah.
Loved what he was. And look, he's so naturally funny, so witty, so charming. He doesn't take himself too seriously. I just thought he was great, and that is the main inspiration for what we do. So that's probably impregnated my mind of how you can act to be successful, but that's not who I was.
Yeah.
So quite a lot of my, I would get some new shoes or wear a bright top and give it Charlie Big Licks a little bit on the camera. Look back at it now and say, I'd look at it and go, you're a fraud. I wish you had the courage and the confidence to be yourself back then, but you don't, do you? It's like,
what do you think's changed now? In your style, or when you watch yourself now, are you like, this is who I am?
Much more how I am normally.
Yeah.
I still want to be like any bloke up the pub. You still want to try and be half funny and or more serious sometimes. I want to be better. I want to be a better reviewer because I don't know a lot about some aspects of food. I'm like, takeaways, for God's sake. Let's not get too deep with this. It's fish and chips and burgers. But I still want to know what I'm eating and what flavours and how it's cooked.
Yeah.
That's a new part of this journey. Like, that's the evolution I want to walk at the moment, like understanding chefs and techniques, cooking styles.
Have you ever had any formal training?
Yeah, I've worked in kitchens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
Like,
was
you
that?
never worked in a kitchen. I worked in a kitchen for a little while.
Yeah. Where'd you work?
Loved it. The George in Spaldwick. I had a really good head chef. I did the starters and the desserts. Not a lot of stuff. And when I was in Bath, I got a job at Comedia, which is the comedy club.
Yeah, of course.
Doing the basics.
Yeah.
Not proper chefing, but I was in a kitchen. I understood it, and it was great. I loved the hustle and bustle. I loved the intensity.
I worked in a restaurant and I adored it, both sides of the kitchen. So I started in the kitchen.
A bit like sport, though.
And then I got out waiting, and I was like, I fucking love this.
Yeah.
If waiting was well paid, what a job. It's good fun.
And I worked at McDonald's for a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
But again, like sport, it's such a high pressure environment that you like a team. It's great.
And also, it's the team.
Family.
That's what I loved most about it was we've had a really stressful night, or we've had nobody in. And then it's just like there's extremes of it as well.
Yeah.
When did you first realise that it wasn't just content, but it was like media and something you could commercialise?
Pretty quickly. So I was already working in media and marketing, and I could see how much video content was being consumed. One of my first videos did like 50,000 views, and we were putting out a lot of video at the time from the marketing business, and we were getting 1,000 views. You know, I was like, whoa,
yeah,
that's a 50x. I was like, okay, if you had that much attention, I was pretty confident that somehow you could monetize that. Very quickly after that, we monetized with Facebook, and to put it bluntly, the money was pretty good at the beginning, and it.
Do you remember what it was? Because I know it'll have changed now.
Yeah, well, I think it's
all like per thousand, right? Is that kind of?
I think my first paycheck from Facebook was about £300.
Right.
My second was about 900. My third was about 3,000.
Right.
My third was like nearly as much as my wage, and that has gone up well over 10x that on Facebook alone.
Right.
But that goes up and down depending on your views.
Yeah.
And Facebook used to pay really well. It's tough now. They all are. But, you know, so in answering your question, I commercially in a business sense, I understood pretty quick.
So it wasn't an accident?
No.
It's quite strategic.
Oh, the heavy money from Facebook was a complete accident. I had no idea it would be that. But I understood that with a large audience and... With a large audience, there's probably a good chance you could turn this or do something with it that was positive for your family.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So,
and I was lucky in that respect. Our Facebook was great at the beginning. Jesus Christ, we did really well. Life-changing, like genuinely life-changing stuff. You know, when I said I was 25, I'd been happy with a stable income and a car. Like that, seeing those kind of figures drop into your bank on the 24th of every month was amazing.
Was it just Facebook you were monetized on at the beginning?
At the beginning, yeah.
And like, how did it roll out? And so then you thought, right, YouTube and...
Yeah. We just expanded and tried to get better. And like we were doing sort of, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos a week. And we doubled down to video every day.
Right.
Then during COVID, we did 2 videos a day.
Bloody hell.
So the reps were hard.
Yeah.
But you could see it on the kickback from the earnings, and the audience loved it. The more you put out back then, it's different now, but maybe it's not different now, but the more you put out, the better it was.
I mean, you don't have to answer this question. What was the biggest month you had on Facebook?
Over 30.
Over 30.
Less than 35, over 30, maybe like 33.
Yeah. I mean, that's more than some people's annual wage, right? Which is mind-blowing when you break it down.
That was when we're still on an iPhone.
That's madness.
Yeah, I know some other. I think it was 40. I think we did 40 once.
Yeah. And then, are you actively courting sponsors? Are you going out there to try and find people, or are they coming to you?
So, I think at the time, some sponsors approached, some small stuff locally. And we walked that road like, you know, everyone did. There's a thing, people say, oh, you've sold out. Isn't that the dream?
Of course it is.
To build something that's got so much value that someone wants to advertise with you, just like they do on the telly. You know, no one says that Channel 4 is sold out when they have an Adidas advert on there. That's the dream, to sell out. You know, I didn't have children at the time, but I had a house and I had bills to pay. Life wasn't as smooth as it looked with all the profile stuff going in the background and debts with trying to float another business that's failing. Just being able to sell out is a beautiful thing sometimes. It's like a dirty word. Why is it a dirty word? I want to sell out. I want to build something that people want to advertise with and spend money with this platform that we're building. It's the ultimate, like...
Attention is hard to gather, right? The attention is hard to capture. So these brands, again, I've been the other side of it, on the agency side, where I'm bringing brands to it. You know, why, when we were working with a particular stout company, you know, would we have worked with you and Big John and people like that? Well, because you've got an audience we don't yet have. And, and it's a shortcut to that audience.
Yeah.
So
you've sold out because you're working with the particular stout company. Not at all. That was the best. It was like... People don't understand it. When I did that deal with them, it was done in 45 minutes, and it was for a sum of money that would just life changing every month. 12-month deal, and it's like it gives you so much confidence that you can go and make your content, you can travel more, you can go further, and this other really big company believes in you.
That's a key thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Look,
like that's a brand.
They are not idiots.
With some weight. Yeah.
They are not idiots, and they think actually this guy's been this team, not this guy. This team has been going for so long. They're a proven racehorse. They're not a punt in the dark. We like them so much that we want them to be an ambassador for our brand. That's in its early stages. Is like, wow, yes, I would love to work with you.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you've sold out to this company. It's like, yes, we did, and I'm did it with a smile on my face.
I'll do it again,
and
mate.
Look, also, you enjoy the free to view content.
Yeah.
Let me worry about how to pay for it.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, isn't it? It's I do enjoy, and I don't get loads of it yet because again, still building. But the comments have something to say about production. It's like, mate, do you know this is an expensive hobby until it isn't? That's like the reality of this is, you're not paying for the editing. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So,
like the things with like what you're doing now with this could go on for years, like how it is. But ice melts at 1 degree difference. So if you put a block of ice under a blowtorch, you can be heating it up for 10 minutes. I'm making these exact figures up, obviously. You can tell I'm not much of a scientist. You can heat it up for 10 minutes, and it will only melt when it hits the exact temperature.
Yeah.
So everything happens very quickly, and it will happen at once. But you do not get to the melting stage unless you've spent the time heating up the block of ice.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand?
No,
it's like
completely. Yeah.
It fucking takes time, and it will happen quickly.
Yeah.
But when it does happen, be ready and make sure your production is on point. Mm-hmm. But no one's going to want to spend money on someone that's not conducting themselves the right way anyway. So you're doing a great job. It'll come.
That, no, thank you. I mean, I ask obviously because I do have an interest in it, but equally, for you. And with Food Review Club, there's so many different aspects of potential commercialization as well, like events, licensing. Have you ever talked to any like TV production companies about licensing what you do?
We had a series on Sky. It's called The Magic of Food. You have no idea what I'm talking about because it was on channel 7007, which we produced ourselves.
Nice.
But that was nice. I thought that was going to put me in. When Greg Wallace got all of his accusations, I thought, hey, we're in.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm ready for the phone call. It's never arrived yet.
Mate,
maybe they didn't see it either.
It's funny you say that because I saw Bear Grylls the other day posted about all of his shows. He's done dozens and dozens and and dozens that we've never heard of. That got cancelled after 3 episodes, one series, whatever.
No doubt about it.
And it's funny because again, people only see the success. They only see that, and it's worth digging out that post. It was brilliant where he was just like, "I know that you know me for X, Y, Z, but there's so much like it's an iceberg, and look how much is underneath the water."
That's it. There's castles are built on mountains of failures.
Yeah,
and that's true. So like, look, what you said about the licensing. Yeah, we've thought about all that sort of stuff, but we are a semi-small team.
Yeah.
They're already under a lot of pressure. I've learned to not spin too many plates. I'm spinning a lot of fucking plates right now. A lot of plates.
What about merch? Have you done much
merch didn't. So I think merch suits a particular style of creator.
Yeah.
I'm not sure our audience is up for that just yet. We've tried a little bit.
Right.
I've got $2,000 worth of t-shirts upstairs that I think are absolutely brilliant, but no one wanted to buy them. So they can come out another day.
Did you do because we talked about Williamson earlier on, Chris Williamson with Modern Wisdom. He does it in drops, which kind of did you try doing that? Is that what you did?
I'm not. If someone's watching this now that's an expert in merch and can help me with this, then great, let's crack on.
Well, there you go. There's money to be made, somebody.
Yeah, with merch drops, you can build hype and stuff. But like this is what I'm trying to say. We're only a small team.
Yeah. My
love is for making content.
Yeah.
And I think you can become a busy idiot.
100%.
What's that saying? Like if hard work was everything, then the donkey would own the farm.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to think about doing the profitable stuff.
Do that well.
The things that you want to do well, and just be okay with that.
What is the most profitable part of the business?
Right now, without doing some quick maths, probably our partners. Our sponsors.
Your sponsors? Okay. Yeah. So sponsors bring in more than views now. Yeah. That's awesome. Mate, fair play.
It's probably very close. Yeah. I would say there'd be probably a 5 or 10 grand swing in the favour of partners.
Yeah. At what point did they start kind of going, "Hey Matt, we need to be part of this"?
Quite a while ago. Yeah. We've had some good ones, we've had some bad ones, but we travel a lot. The output from us is hugely expensive. You cannot do it without them.
Yeah.
You just can't. the advertising revenue can be very, very good. I said some really big numbers earlier. The advertising revenue can go up and down, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. The content might just flop for a little bit. You might do some bad stuff, and it can go to the floor. So having a good set of sponsors that give you predictable and repeatable income every month is great.
Has there ever been a big check that you've turned down because it didn't align with who you are, what you do?
Yeah, John Normus one last month.
Really? How ginormous?
Big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biggest sponsor so far, sort of?
No. Just a big one that just didn't work. What we were required to do didn't fit.
Interesting.
Our ethos.
And you've got to be careful with all that stuff anyway, right?
Yeah,
you can fall on the wrong side of it.
I've taken some terrible sponsors because we just needed to.
Yeah.
And the narrative that I'm greedy and all this sort of stuff is just nonsense. I could show you statements and bank accounts and what we're earning and how tough it is and how good it can be.
Yeah.
But sponsors and help in this game are vitally important.
I guess final one on the business of the food review club, and that fascinates me, by the way. And I think we get quite an entrepreneurial audience, so they will be interested in that. But are you building to exit, or are you just building?
I until last week, I didn't know it was possible. Now, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
So, the French dude with the biggest TikTok in the world, who does
Yeah.
he's exited.
Yes, of course.
For 900 million.
Yeah.
Based in his company, he's sold equity on the value of 900 million.
Yeah.
He sold his image rights. Mm-hmm. Very, very clever deal. And I think that does show you, before that, it's just me. If I got hit by a bus, what's is that a business or is it just a profitable job or a hobby? I'm trying to build a network and a portfolio of businesses underneath Food Review Club at the moment that will allow us to do that. With our slap sauce. Mm-hmm. We've got a fantastic fitness business as well that we've just recently launched, which we can talk about.
Yeah,
that.
Is that MattBinge.fit on?
Yeah,
Instagram?
Limitless Life coaching.
Yeah,
we'll come to that. So I am trying to build assets underneath Food Review Club. We've got some new stuff coming as well, which we're just signing at the moment, which is really, really fucking exciting. But the realization with Food Review Club was never really there. Yes, it could be a profitable business, but who would really want to buy in and could we exit?
Do you think followers would go with if you weren't part of it? And,
I'm not sure.
And all that sort
I
of
think
thing?
there's an equity release situation because if you've got an audience big enough, it's just the deal that happened last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I did see it.
This guy is proof of that he's essentially sold unreported portion of his business that valued the company at 900 million. Yeah. Now, that just shows you that creator attention is effectively like the old TV, like he's on his content, he'll be an ambassador and working with some of the biggest brands in the world. We'll be paying him large sums of money because he's got a ginormous audience of people in that sector that they can use. They can use and they can target. And
you hear about the Spotify deals, don't you? Like Rogan and Call Her Daddy and, like these podcast kind of deals, like hundreds of millions. Mm-hmm. And you're like, Jesus, there's some smart deals to be made out there.
Yeah, but they're also giant deals. But it definitely shows you an indication of the market though. And there's a lot of creators out here now. But that's great though, right? It just means that you and me and everyone else watching this now has to up their game, be better, work harder, go further and put in more effort to try and stand out even more. And I think I love a fucking challenge. The sportsman in me right now is getting charged up. Bring it on. Let's get to work.
Good man. Let's get into mindset then. You touched on your mental health not having been in the best place in the last few. You said years earlier. I know that happiness and mental health, some of those things, it's undulating, right? You're never up there, you're never down there. It's always changing. You have talked a lot about your transformation, and again, I touched on earlier on. It's inspiring for me, and it's inspiring for many, many people to see a bloke whose job is food. Do what you've done in recent years. You've got 24 something stone, 25 stone.
Yeah,
is that about right?
Yeah.
That's what you got to.
Probably 160 kilos at my worst, and I'm 115 today.
Well, fair play, man. So 45 kilos.
Yeah, it's a lot of weight.
What is that in stone?
7.
Jesus.
Ish,
yeah.
maybe.
Madness, mate.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
What got you to that point?
So I just got lost in the source, I think. There's an old, might get this right. There's an old theory. It's called the 4-burner theory. 1 burner is health, business, family life, and something else, and only 3 burners can be burned at once.
I've heard this, yeah.
Yeah, and the business, this and that were going well, and the health was just off. You get lost in your own source, and so in the background, I think I've, in a weird way, I'll say in a minute, I'm always an optimist, which I am, but underneath all that, I think I've always been chronically unhappy, probably from my childhood, or unsure of the world, or a bit lost. I haven't really felt at home. You know, if you have like that thing with your mum and your own house wasn't a safe space when you were younger, you kind of hold on to that.
I very much know exactly.
Yeah, it's a strange feeling. You never really feel like you can trust anyone, or if the one person you thought could look after you, and they don't, you think you become a bit wary of everyone.
You hit it on the head. That's the one place where your life should be safe for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you heard of adverse childhood experiences?
Yeah, I think so.
So there are 10 of them. And I'll be intrigued. There's it's a bit like South Tick. So, was there domestic violence? Are your parents still together? Have you ever visited family members in prison? Insert, there are 10 of them. And, you can tick a certain number. And if you tick 4 or more, you're X times more likely to take your own life or be alcoholic or whatever. Have a look later on, man. I'd be genuinely interested. I mean, obviously keep it to yourself.
I'd be surprised if I wasn't ticking them all, to be honest.
You might tick quite a few. We as siblings tick many. And that means that I've written about this, I've not shared this yet, but, the likelihood of imprisonment, suicide, and drug or alcohol disorder or disuse in in and among my siblings is incredibly high. And every one of those has been borne out in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I feel that.
So to your point there, and it's not to put too clinical or therapized a viewpoint on it. It's just people listening to this will hear you and they'll go, adverse childhood experiences.
I've had many messages from people that when I opened up on Liam's podcast about this, I don't think anyone was expecting me to say it, and I had many people say, "Oh, wow, thanks for sharing." So I think there's a lot of us that have the same shit going on. Like I've spent a lot of my life feeling a little bit lost inside in a really, I can't describe it.
And it's wonderful to try and positive your way out of it.
Yeah, but that's been me as well. That is my superpower. Yeah. That relentless, hopeless, pathetic optimist. That even when I'm looking in the mirror at something I don't want to look at, or I'm looking at that darkness, I've managed to find a way to carry on. And so going back to your original point, for the last 5 years, should we say, that has definitely been on the undercurrent. Okay, even if business was going well, I wasn't particularly happy in certain aspects of my life, and I've definitely turned to self-medication in all of the forms you're thinking, every single one of them, not to daily use of alcohol, drugs, or anything else, or not to that extent, but wild, uncontrollable partying that would go on longer than it should have done. Let's leave it there. Ultimately, just trying to self-medicate and numb a very chaotic brain. And that then can lead into knowing you're a piece of shit sometimes, and then you'd eat and just become this vicious cycle of overeating, unhappy, drinking, going out, and you become erratic, and then you're not thinking straight. And then, so this process probably started about 5 years ago, where I just knew something wasn't quite right. And I'm like, well, man, I need to change this. Then you wake up and you're 160 kilos. Putting your socks on is difficult. Life is hard. Relationships, both personal and friends, become very chaotic and toxic because they're probably fueled in situations where you don't want to be putting yourself. And then I think I've tried loads to lose weight, but obviously it's my fucking job eating takeaways, and I'd probably eat most of them. And then we got pregnant with Archie, and it was like I just knew I was gonna die. I could feel a stroke coming, or like I was going to pop. My blood pressure was fucking crazy. I just knew I was.
Did you ever get it tested?
Yeah, I got a blood test and all the markers were terrible.
Can you remember can you remember any of them?
No, my testosterone was through the floor, like lower than a woman's. I remember that. And my cholesterol was like worrying.
Do you remember what your test was?
Like 3 or something. I just knew I was going to die. It was the weirdest feeling. I just thought I was going to be like that guy. I was like, I got fat, but I wasn't like, I didn't have overhang belly or my ass didn't go really big. I just like sort of inflamed. You can see it in my face in the old videos. I would look like I was going to pop. It was just a really unhealthy look, and I knew that I was in a bad spot. So I just, when we got pregnant with Archie, I just thought, I just can't do this. I've got to try. So I started going to the gym and I just made some really simple, small changes to my life, which I've managed to keep and I've managed to maintain. And they're all bite-sized things that I think anyone can put into their lives with a little bit of education and a bit of willpower. It doesn't come straight away. But I'm like sort of 3 years down the line now, and I'm 40 or 45 kilos off since I started, which is great. I feel fit and healthy. I can run.
What are some of those things? What, like when you talk about the small ways, and it is the small ways. It's this, habit stacking, right?
Yeah, these little atomic habits, the little small stuff. Like I was consuming a lot of sugary cans, those liquid calories, lots of biscuits, lots of crisps. Minimal movement. So my movement was low, my calories were high. I just tried to reverse that. Eating less, but still good stuff. I still eat like a king. You saw when I came in, I've had a big bowl of porridge with peanut butter in there, blueberries and honey. Does that look like a diet to you? It doesn't to me. Chicken, rice, all the good stuff, and steaks. I've eaten some good stuff, but it's all sort of loosely worked out to calories per day.
Do you track your calories?
Sometimes. Yeah. I know what I'm eating now, but I've done it for so long.
What are your macros?
Probably about 2,500 a day.
2,500.
Yeah, but I'm
do
trying
you
to
have
get
a protein? I want to hit this much. Carbs. I want to hit this much.
Just the usual splits. The same splits you find on Google. I mean, I'm a couple of grams per kilo body weight.
Yeah.
In protein, the rest of it. That's the ideal. But essentially, I'm just trying to move more and eat less.
Are you tracking your steps?
Yeah. We try and do 10,000 every day. Yeah. Like that's a big one.
Do you guess what the average man in the UK
probably about
does?
4,000 or 5,000.
5,400.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that in itself, think, that's easy.
So you're doing double. If you're hitting
easy.
10,000, you're doing double what the average the average man, and women do slightly less.
Fasted cardio in the mornings, I found when I was in my really aggressive weight loss stage was great. Just getting out for a walk in the morning, go for an hour walk. You can do about a 5K walk in an hour, which is about 5,000 steps. And before you've had your breakfast, you're halfway through your step count without even really trying. And I found that to be a really therapeutic thing to do in the morning, to go for a walk down the river or wherever you might live, over the fields, have some time by yourself.
And that's good quality, useful time as well. You listen to anything, or you just in your brain? Yeah.
Do you know something? I can't listen to music even when I'm driving.
Interesting.
Yeah. I like to think, concentrate, and I find music is just distraction sometimes. If I was going to do a big lift or at the gym, I'd like a bit of music sometimes. But when I'm driving or walking, I just love being in my own head and just thinking about can suss things out and try and talk to myself about things that are not going right or problems that I've got in my brain. I think that's I think sometimes you can hide from stuff, and I found that this thing of don't hide and just address it, and let's fucking go, you and me, let's go. What do we need to sort out today?
Yeah, no, I think we're quite good at that. And because there's always content, says him creating content right now, because there's always content for us to feed ourselves with. Sometimes you can be great at never actually being in your own head.
Yeah.
Because
exactly what I'm saying.
I'll go from this to I'll listen to something in the car to I'll get home, and then there's stimuli and there's just always something like feed.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and
so I can go one step further than this now. Always having something, always wanting to do something, I've lost all of that as well. The only place I ever want to be is at home with my family. I don't want to go anywhere else. I don't want to see anyone. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want any bullshit, new relationships. I don't want to go to a PR event. I don't want to go and rub shoulders with all these other content creators that probably don't like me or don't like each other. I don't want to be seen at this party. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to go for a walk with my missus on a 1 p.m. on a Monday.
Do you think that's an age thing, or is that just where you found yourself? You got Archie, you got Reginald.
Just content, mate. I'm just happy, just being in this house with my favourite people.
Yeah,
I've lost all of this desire to be seen or
interesting. How do you still then, because this is something I battle with.
I've still got friendships that I really value. I've still got some really good friends, but just all of the bullshit, all of the noise is just eradicated from my life.
But you still got drive.
Oh,
you
yeah,
still
yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, that
No,
comes...
I'm like, when I step out the door, it's like, it's game time. I want to make, I'm obsessed with the numbers and our videos and stuff. Emma will tell you that. But in terms of like just wanting to be seen or be at the right place or up the pub,
it's not for you.
I couldn't think anything worse.
I got a question. One of my friends, James Crawshaw, is a huge fan of yours.
Big up James.
Big up James, and his brother Adam as well.
Did you say James Crawshaw?
James Crawshaw, yeah.
What a fucking cool name that is.
It's cool, yeah.
He's a good lad.
He's, mate, top guy.
Big up James.
Yeah, known him since I was 11. You know,
Wow.
rugby. He's much faster, better. You know, he's an outside centre. Played centre. As I say, was in the forwards. But him and his brother Cheddar. Cheddar.
Who are these people?
They adore you, right?
Actually,
wicked. Cheddar.
Thank you, lads.
Can I show you? I'll show you a picture of
Cheddar.
Cheddar with you.
No.
Yeah. Here you go.
Let me guess. At Wingfest.
Is it Wingfest? Yeah. There you go. So
That looks smashed.
But yeah, that's Adam Crawshaw.
Here we go.
And,
what a lad.
Yeah. He James. I said, mate, I'm going to obviously go see him. I said, you got any questions? He said, having followed him in terms of both his food and fitness journeys, how does he now manage to still enjoy these amazing foods while staying within his macros and diet? Is it a case of only trying the odd couple of mouthfuls of meals when reviewing, or does he still scram a lot and then just have to be very careful?
What a great question. It's probably a question I get asked a lot. So typically, I just treat it more professionally like a job. It's a boring answer, but we just try a little bit.
Yeah.
But this is when it gets interesting. If you do 5 reviews like I did yesterday, 5
reviews.
Yeah, 5 little bits work out to be quite a lot of really bad food, which can play havoc with you. So essentially, on my non-reviewing days, I just try and eat clean. I try and exercise, try and get out, I try and do my steps. I just try my best to live a clean, healthy-ish life.
Yeah.
To balance the days where I'm going to be having fish and chips and kebabs, but on those days, I try to be contained.
It's so tough, isn't it? Striking the balance with everything, and not just food and exercise. And
but this is the part of the reason that I haven't been shy. People get so. I think some people can get so aggravated when I will post some of the fitness stuff to Food Review Club, because I do not want to be the guy that's going to just think. How do I say this? That it makes it okay just to eat 20 takeaways a week. I wanted to show you that yes, you can have a takeaway and it's going to be great, and it's a treat for a Friday or a Saturday with you and your loved ones at home. What an amazing thing. The best times when you have a takeaway and get everyone together on that Friday.
What does food do? What is food? Is the most uniting, culturally uniting, worldwide thing that can bring us together, right? You break bread.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
You break bread. What an amazing statement. Facts. However, you can't do it every day, and I want to show you that I'm not just this reckless foodie that's going to kill himself. I actually am living with a bit of balance, and you can too. And that's how this is all evolved. And I'm not shy of posting on there my transformation or what I'm up to with the fitness stuff. Although we have tried to get a little bit more professional. I've split the pages a little bit, but occasionally there's a cross post. Like, because I want to show people that you can do both. You can enjoy great food, and have a bit of balance in your life. I think that's really important. I don't want to be the guy that's just like looks like a melted candle. It's like, oh God, another great cheeseburger, and I'm stuffing my face with sauce around it. It's just like, come on, man, you're eating yourself to death. Your children will be watching this. Yeah. Like once you get control of your mind and address what you need to address, you can live with balance. And it's not easy. It's very difficult, but it's a fucking cool place to be when you've got control of yourself and you can.
Do you feel good?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you might slip?
In what
Diet, like that balance, drinking, like fall back into old habits. Do you ever worry about that? Or
I have worried about it, but I'm 3 years down the line now, and I've still had some really good nights out. I've still partied, but my life before would be 3 times a week. No rules, pub, food, whatever. No rules at all.
How many pints are we talking? And it is pints.
Pints?
Yeah.
I could drink all day, no problem. A lot. Very bad. So now my life now would be like, the last time I had a beer would have been when we went to Lisbon. That was 3 months ago. Wow. I had 4 pints of Guinness 2 nights ago. We went to Glasgow. But it was just like 4 pints of Guinness, went to bed. No problem. That was it. So have I got control at the moment? Yes, but like I'm so happy and content. And if you know, I'm living a good life. I've got a fantastic woman alongside me, and I don't feel the need to live that way anymore, which is taking a little while to get like that. But if you're a troubled person though, it's very difficult because
how much of you pre that mindset pre Archie was self-harm?
Oh yeah. I think you just don't care. It's whether it's self-harm or you just don't give a shit.
Yeah. And at the risk of, introducing myself into the conversation too much, that's where I've been the last year, man. I was like, do I wake up? Doesn't matter.
That's not a cool place to be.
That's a fucking awful place to be.
It's not cool.
It's a fucking awful, because you're like, I'm in so much pain. The grief is so, so strong. You're like, if I don't wake up, that's a blessing. Not for everybody around me, which is awful because it's a selfish thing to say and think. But what a blessing not to have to be here right now.
Life isn't easy, and you just got to think about when you come out the other side of this, like I have. And look, I'm still going through stuff now, like with divorce and all sorts of stuff, and it's some really heavy duty stuff. Yeah, it's not easy. No. But if life is going to be not easy, you might as well fucking take control of the one thing you can, which is your brain. Because how much easy, like, choose your hard. It's hard anyway.
Yeah, it's like I've been. Yeah, it's like when you play a video game and it's like extra hard. That's what I've been trying to play on. Yeah, I've been trying to play on extra hard, and it's hard,
especially running it. You throw a business in, you got children. Yeah, man. Life is hard for everyone, but it's particularly, I don't want to sound like Andrew Tate or anything, but particularly for a man. Yeah. Your value to the world is pretty much everything we've got. Like, you're useful. The first time a man will get flowers is at his funeral.
I almost said this to you earlier when Emma was putting the flowers out. I was going to say, "Hey guys, I heard this thing the other day." Yeah, and it was true. That. What a powerful thing to.
Yeah, it's true. But you know what? We can't change it. It is the way it is. And when you understand that, it's like fuck. The amount of nights where I haven't slept and just got smashed, and it's like the next day, and it's just like you're useless. I hate feeling useless, and I don't feel useless anymore. I've started boxing and I feel capable, I feel fit and strong, like I can run now. And I was like, wow, it's literally a couple of years ago when I felt pathetic. And that you got to just use, same as life and business, you've got to use that fuel to try and fire you up. It's really hard, but motivation comes and goes. And you just got to try and create a life where there's a routine in place.
It's movement over motivation, isn't it? Yeah. I had my first session back at the gym yesterday, so I've been training properly, again since January really. And my first one yesterday where I didn't want to go, but I still went. And I was like, "Fuck it,
I would go and sit in the car park." Yeah. Even when I'd lost the thing, I'd go sit in the car park and I couldn't actually get out of my car and go in. You
just got to get yourself.
You feel like if you put on some weight, like my gym stuff would be like really tight, and you think I'll probably be the fattest guy in the gym. I was going to a gym where there were some guys who were in really good shape. Yeah. And you think, I feel like a wally. Yeah. I'd record it as well, and I've got some footage of my belly is busting out of the top, and you don't know what you're doing. You feel like a fat idiot. You're like, everyone's looking at me, and it's not the truth. Right.
It's the truth that most people are never thinking about you at all, isn't it?
Nope.
That's what people.
No one cares.
Right. Let's get into some, I guess, quick fire type stuff. No overthinking, easy stuff. Best place you've ever eaten?
Sally's in New Haven.
What's Sally's? Sally's
is widely regarded as probably the best pizza in the world.
Right.
So New Haven style pizza is very similar to New York style pizza. Mm-hmm. It's not very quick fire. I'm going to do a long thing.
No, quick fire with your answer. Yeah, okay. But I'm happy to expand on.
So New York style pizza is my favourite, but there's a subcategory, more elite level in my opinion, which is New Haven. Right. Slightly different hydration of the dough, slightly more crispier. It's got a different flavour to it. They make their pizza slightly different. Sally's is anyone watching this now, go to Sally's Instagram and have a look at it. They cook their pizzas like a few places do over there in these big brick ovens, 10 by 10, size of this room, 12-foot brick ovens on big paddles, and they're coal-fired. They're not wood-fired, They're coal-fired. So they cook different, they taste different.
That's the difference, then.
And I sat in Frank Sinatra's seat, and Ray, the guy there on the review who was the kid when Frank Sinatra was coming in, he spoke to me about Frank Sinatra. This is where he used to sit, come and sit here, and I had the pizza. It's just the most magical thing. That's awesome, man. Yeah. If I could go anywhere again right now, it'd be that.
What did you have?
So the New Haven style pizza has got no cheese on it. It's just the base, and that's not strictly true. Base and the tomato sauce.
Yeah.
on top. And they create some kind of like pecorino or something on top, very, very lightly. But by the time you get the pizza, it's melted and you can't actually see any cheese. There's a red top.
Man.
It does have the saltiness from the cheese, but very, very subtle. It's like the purest form of pizza.
Love it.
No toppings, no nothing. It's just like, I had a cheese as well, but I loved the New Haven style. No cheese on top.
I knew this would happen. My mouth's watering.
Yeah, it's that good. Super crispy. Big irregular shape pie, not circle. Yeah. Big like square.
Just whatever comes.
Yeah. And it's black on the edges. Nice. Almost looks burnt and gnarly. You can pick up a slice that's that long and it will hold itself dead straight. Like, how's it even? It's just like defying physics. You know,
this food that good it defies physics.
Yeah. Bends the laws of time. Like
that's
you know, when you go, bends the laws of physics.
You know, when you go to Five Guys and it's got all the quotes on the wall. That's one. You know, it bends the laws of physics. Worst thing you've ever eaten, not worst place.
We've had some raw chicken in a burger. Yeah, obviously vile. So that being said, this is going to annoy anyone watching from Scotland right now. I'm so sorry. Yesterday, I had a pizza crunch from a chippy in Scotland. It was disgusting. That's a slice of pizza that's deep fried.
Right. Okay. Right.
Yeah, they deep fry everything up there,
mate. I remember battered Mars bars and all that.
That's
sort
kind of all right though. You know. I like that. 'Cause it goes melty and it's a bit like, oh, that's funny. The pizza crunch was just vile.
Right.
It was just like, I think I had a bad one.
You don't need to batter it just because you can.
Yes.
What's that? Jurassic Park. You know.
Yeah.
Just because your scientists could. Best city for food in the country, in the UK.
Well, you'd be hard pushed to go against London, but I think in terms of culture and flavour, I think Birmingham's pound for pound absolutely fantastic.
Do you think that is because of immigration? Because just a melting
pot
of
melting
people,
pot of just brilliant, fun people. Like, I think Birmingham's great. Pound for pound, I think Birmingham is amazing. We do really well in Birmingham. London, from where I live here, is a difficult place to get in and out of. So we don't do enough in London. I think
I saw there are like 10 places on the way here. Like, as soon as you hit the town, I was like, Jesus, do they know? Do they know they're massive?
We don't. I've done a few local, but because I'll be out walking. Like, there's a chicken shop at the road. It looks terrible. Right. We have to walk past it all the time. I don't want to have to walk past in a balaclava.
The food review stuff.
Yeah. Like, oh God. We walk to town all the time. We'd like to get our steps in and go and get a coffee. And I want to be like looking over my shoulder in case I get a big knife in the back.
Most overrated chain?
Oh, well, the obvious choice is Burger King. I think Burger King is absolutely trash. Particularly the ones at service stations. They are dreadful. If you go to an actual Burger King, you've got a chance of getting a half decent one. But the ones at service stations, they just seem to be diabolical.
Is this just because you bloody once wore a McDonald's uniform, mate? Have you got? Is this like like a Celtic Rangers thing?
But then you could argue that KFC has had a magnificent decline, because that used to be the best.
KFC is mine. That's like, if ever I'm like
so
I'm just going to treat myself.
You like it?
I love a Colonel's meal, 4-piece Colonel's meal. The chips are there, but the chicken.
It's good. But if you get a good one, it's the best. Yeah. But I remember being a kid. I was saying, getting a bucket of chicken up the cricket club. On a Saturday, you get a couple of big buckets. You have a couple of the Pepsis, your corns, some the gravies, all that stuff, and everyone would just dive in to have a couple of pieces of chicken and chips. It's just like the best.
Have you watched that South Park episode where Cartman just eats all the skin on the chicken?
I love the skin.
Love it, mate. Well, don't we all? But then, that's the danger, isn't it? That's danger zone.
But then some of the KFCs you go to are just trash.
Interesting.
And it's like, wow, this is the Colonel Sanders
turning in his grave.
Yeah. If he could see the state of it now,
Yeah.
But I don't know. Well, maybe everyone watching this can let us know what the most overrated fast food chain is. Subway, maybe? Don't know.
Yeah. Pineapple on pizza?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Fun. What is the hate? Why is that?
Why
is there the hate?
It's sweet. It's fruity. You get a little burst of fruity juice. It cuts through the pizza. There's a bit of acidity there. It's amazing.
I don't get it, man.
I think the real upgrade there is not the ham. It's the pepperoni on there. Pepperoni and pineapple.
Interesting.
That's a game changer. You get a bit of spice from the pepperoni and you get the sweetness from the pineapple. I think that works nicely.
Is there ever been a place that you've been a bit nervous to review? Because the chef's like a big dog? Or...
No, there's been some reviews where I've really stuffed it up just because you know how big it's going to be. So there's someone that you really have wanted to go to for a long time. You really respect. You know how good their food is going to be. somewhere you've travelled a long way to go to for various things. That can be nerve-wracking because you've got one shot of...
You've bigged it up in your mind a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got one shot at your intro. You don't want to stutter, mutter your words. What are you going to say when you butt into it that's going to be different from all the other reviewers out there?
Yeah.
You know, like the food review game now is you've got, you know, people that I really respect, like, you know, Eating with Todd.
Yeah.
He is fantastic. But Todd is here, and then underneath Todd, in the exact same style of video, is 4,000 other people trying to make the same content.
Yeah.
You know, so everyone goes to the viral spots. Everyone's going to this brand new place. It's like, what are you going to do when you turn up to make an impact? And we don't write scripts. They'll go write a script,
Right.
eat, dissect, think of a voiceover script that they can really put some funny jokes in there and some innuendos and this and that. I don't have that privilege. The way we do it is I might write never a script, but I know roughly what I want to say at the beginning, maybe a little like try and make it different. But everything after that is just live as you see it. So we don't get always the opportunity to think of the best jokes. Or
I guess yeah.
I just try and record and document almost like a foodie journalist would.
Yeah. Because I mean, your Salt Bay restaurant review, you know, did you feel like that? You know that's going to do numbers, right?
Yeah, that was a really good video.
And
for
it did.
It did well off that video.
Yeah, it's going to do numbers. You know it will. So, you know, is it like, oh, well, you know, I know I've got A game. This is A game. But.
Yeah, and then you think if you're going to stuff it up. So yeah, that would be one that I would have been nervous before, because you know it's going to cost you £1,000. So you don't want to stuff it up.
Yeah. Well, what was he like?
Oh, he just came over and molested my food and fucked off to the next
Good
table.
man.
Yeah.
He didn't know. Love it. Worst food trend right now? And I guess when writing this, I was thinking like, you know, like bloody smashed patties and like, you know, that sort of thing. Is there anything that jumps out?
I think there's quite a few. Worst food trend? I think it's nearly died a death, but putting dry ice on tables.
It's so Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but that is, I think that is the food trend that needs to fuck off and go in the bin forever.
Love it.
It's rubbish. You know, that the sort of the pre-food theatrics. Just make some great food, present it in a nice way, and some nice china, whatever you want to do. They're my favourite spots. The ones that aren't trying to try too hard. Yeah. You know,
nice.
Like Black Clock in London, you get served. You've been there before?
No.
They're Sunday roast. It comes on like sort of they collect plates that your nan would have. You know, like they're sort of terrible print plates, and they're just like you just
picture
feel
of the Queen
at home.
up on the wall.
Yeah, you feel at home. It's just like really unpretentious. They pile all the food on, you just dish it out. It's like that's what food's about for me.
Nice.
That's what these Instagrammable theatrics.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay. I'm probably guilty of myself sometimes, but I don't like it. That's a trend that needs to go.
Do you take a photo of every meal?
It's not really my bag.
Yeah.
No.
I've got a mate who I basically said, and because recently in the last 6 weeks, all I'm eating is literally just chicken and broccoli.
Yeah.
So I send it to him every day, and I'm like, mate, more chicken, more broccoli, and like, you know, it's actually become like quite. It's like weird accountability.
I do take some. If I make something that I think looks particularly nice, I'll take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Just for the story, maybe I wouldn't.
Do you cook much?
Yeah, but this household is like a 3 or 4 dish household on rinse and repeat with very
Nothing wrong with that, mate.
Yeah, I know.
If you find what you like and you know it's healthy,
chicken and rice, noodles and steak, pasta, chicken.
10 million cash today, or 10 million loyal followers?
I think the obvious answer would be to say the money, but the smart answer is to say the loyal followers. That's something that money can never buy. And if you had any sort of brain about you, you would use those followers to build a life for yourself that would hopefully reap more dividend than that, you know, and that would be a lot more fun, right? Where's the fun in having 10 in your bank straight away when you haven't deserved it? I think that the journey, the walk, that's where the good stuff lies.
What I know you've been asked before. I always try and ask stuff that I know, you know, but it just last meal, you know, if you're, you know, your final meal, what are we talking?
I would have some sort of rack of ribs with a big steak with mac and cheese, chips, sweet corn, some nice barbecue sauce, a big old barbecue feast like that. I would say
just like Flintstones kind of.
Yeah,
like
a big old barbecue. I think they're really rewarding and yummy. Nice pint of full fat Coke. You wouldn't have to worry about if it was your last meal. You wouldn't need it to be diet. Go full fat. You're going to be electrocuted in 25 minutes.
There you go.
So maybe some sort of like cheesecake or something.
What cheesecake? I love a cheesecake. What are we saying?
I don't know any.
Any cheesecake.
Nice bit of cheesecake. It's not always my favourite dessert, by the way, but I think the cheesecake would go really nicely with that.
100%.
I've got a brilliant question to ask you, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe you could. I always find that if you're with people, that this is a great indicator of them as people.
Right. Okay.
As every single person,
super judgment.
Jesus. Yeah, this is every single person I've asked this question to, you get such a different answer back. Right. So this is your ultimate packed lunch.
Ooh.
Okay. So in your packed lunch, you'd have one sandwich, and this can be anything, but I want details.
Oh, mate.
One sandwich, one crisp, one side.
Yeah.
You know, like a pork pie or some sort of thing, whatever side you want in there.
Yeah.
And one dessert or chocolate bar, and obviously a drink.
Okay. Chocolate bar has to be like we're talking about
enough
lunch.
To get you got a packed lunch. So.
Okay. Now my sandwich is a coronation chicken baguette from a place called the Knobbly Cob in Gloucester that doesn't exist anymore. Okay. Now I used to work in a shop opposite it.
Is that your favourite?
Mate, like this is death row meal. Like got Knobbly Cob coronation chicken. In fact, I once was interviewed for the local paper, and I said this, and they gave me a free one as a result. Yeah, they were like, "You're the guy."
Yeah,
I'm the guy. I ate them from there for 20 years until it closed down a few years ago because post COVID and all that. If I could, I've tried.
What was special about it?
It was the perfect spice level to chicken level to. It was banging. There were no raisins, no kind of or whatever sultanas, that sometimes people put in coronation. It was just that, and they stuffed it. And also, like the ladies there were the same ladies for 15 years, so they get to know you, and you're like, can I have as much chicken as you can fit in? And they go, yeah, for you. And, so that we're fitting that in, okay. So that without a shadow of a doubt is my sandwich. I'm not a crisp eater.
No crisps.
No crisps.
Well, that's the first.
Really?
So if you had a pack, if you telling me seriously now, if you had a pack lunch, crisps. You would not have a pack of crisps.
No. I mean, I never eat crisps.
This is mental.
As a kid,
I think we've got to stop the podcast, bro.
I should have told you this when I walked in.
Honestly.
You'd have been like, "Fuck
Jesus
off!"
Christ. No weirdos in here, man.
Who's this? No, mate. I'll eat a Dorito. I like a Dorito as much as the next man, but
you're not choosing to have a crisp. So you just put default Doritos in, shall we?
I would. I mean, we can. Do I have to have crisps?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then Doritos, I guess, or Pringles, maybe.
But you can go to town on your side now, right?
Right. Side, Jesus. So what have you had before? Because
what would you have as some? I've had some people say like sort of fancy Italian cheese and tomato things, or some, like sausage rolls.
No.
Sausages, mini cocktail sausages. Cheese cubes.
What do you call it? It's like packed rice and
sushi.
No. I do like sushi. It's like packed rice and arancini.
Okay.
This
is really fancy, bro.
An incredible. It's
such a fancy side
from a scumbag from a council place. I didn't know what arancini was until about a few years ago. But if I'm thinking of a side, something like that. Just because I'm super basic when it comes to food.
Yeah.
Like I really am. I'm like I like chicken. So. Let's go arancini. Why not?
And your chocolate bar and your drink.
Chocolate bar. If I'm gonna have a gold bar.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
mate. I can eat like choice. 6 of them. And
we're redeeming this slowly.
Thank you. And a gold bar and a drink. Pepsi Max.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
like a Pepsi Max. Yeah.
If you ask that question, everyone says a different answer.
What's the best one you've got? What's your what's yours?
I would go some sort of like. On a crusty bloomer sort of bread, tiger bread situation, I'd have a bit of a Scooby snack style sandwich. So nice. like wafer ham, wafer chicken, thick cut slabs of cheese. Grated cheese is off the agenda always, by the way. In a sandwich, you've got to have grated cheese. Sorry, slice of cheese. It tastes way better than grated cheese. Yeah, agreed. Thick pieces, like weirdly thick.
Yeah.
Just slightly too thick.
Yeah, I like that.
cucumber,
matchbox.
yeah, cucumber, salad cream.
Yeah.
I think it's a wonderful sandwich condiment. That'd be my sandwich. Big like Scooby snack. Crisps. I'd have as big a pack as I could find of Walker's cheese and onion.
Right.
A couple of them can go into the sandwich as well.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, just for a bit of extra texture.
I heard you say that you used to, if you don't still already, pick out all the little crisps first.
I'm very OCD. In chips, if I go to McDonald's, I will split my chips.
Yeah.
This is so weird. I'm saying it on camera.
Right.
I'll eat the this is fucking crazy. I don't look at the shitty chip. I call them shitty chips. I don't look at them like they're an inferior chip.
Right.
I just have to eat them first.
Okay.
Just to leave me with the nice ones.
Yeah.
So I sort of grade my chips or crisps, that sort of thing. If I pour them out on the plate, I can't have a messy. I have to leave the good ones over here. Eat the little ones. They can be they're like my starter.
Right.
And then we can get
starter
the good
chips.
ones. Yes.
Starter fries to the fries. Okay.
Yes.
And you do the same with crisps. So
same with crisps, yeah.
Biggest Walker's cheese and onion.
Yeah, the biggest one I can get in a lunchbox.
Right, okay.
My side would probably be a pork pie.
Okay.
Love a pork pie.
Yeah.
Very good one. That's just
I do like a pork pie as well.
What a fantastic.
You can get like it's when they start. It's the cranberry and it's like and they start going like fancy with them.
You're like farmers market. You're talking farmers market.
Yeah,
stuff.
farmers market stuff. Yeah.
Now you see, just a quick sidetrack. I think some things in life, the more fancy you get, the worse they get.
Agreed.
A classic example of that is a sausage roll. I think that these big farmers market sausage rolls are just not as good as a normal sausage roll. I think I'm not saying like a Greggs one, but Greggs are not too bad. A normal sausage roll, which is what I think is more pleasurable to eat than one of these big one with that much pork in it that you can't even get in your gob.
Yeah.
That's also 75 quid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think this is too far. Same as sausages.
Yeah.
Really fancy sausages. No, bring it back to normal ones.
Love it.
Anyway, so my dessert would be probably a yogurt.
Okay.
Really enjoy yogurt.
What kind? Like one of the corners or?
No, yes, I like them, but I would try and get the biggest one I possibly could.
Yeah.
Like a pint yogurt, like a big one.
Yeah.
And my drink would maybe be like a can of Lucasade. Okay. No, like the Lucasade orange. The can.
Oh, okay.
Cold.
Nice.
I want that noise.
Nice.
It's this real sugary drink to wash it down.
Nice. Mate, that's solid.
But salted butter in the sandwich as well.
Fancy. No, mate, that's solid. Yeah. I'd eat yours. Would you eat mine?
I'm not a fan of Coronation chicken.
You're not? Mainly
because of the sultanas and the raisins in there.
Yeah, get that shit out.
Yeah,
like,
get them out, yeah.
Like, I don't want fruit in my chicken sandwich.
No.
So let's just...
But I do like Coronation chicken, but I can never go for it, just in case they have the...
you got to ask.
Just throw me. Yeah. Just throw, 'cause also, it's all mixed together, so you can't pick them out.
That's true, yeah.
You just get surprises, like having the coffee revel. Yeah. Out of nowhere, you're fucking... You're sideswiped.
Yeah. Ruined.
Something you don't
all
want
of
in
you.
your mouth.
Yeah, love it. Who would you most like to review food with?
Gordon Ramsay.
Have you ever had any contact, any introduction, any...
Not really, no.
Yeah.
For a couple of messages maybe, but is it even him? Probably not.
Right.
Probably his team. But I think he's absolutely brilliant.
You met Adam Richmond, didn't you?
Yeah.
Man vs. Food guy. How was that?
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Everything I've wanted him to be.
Where did you meet?
Pardon?
Where did you meet?
He had a TV show that was coming out, and they asked if he could come on our platform for the day to promote the show and put him in front of our audience who are food lovers. And we did 2 reviews together, and he was just great. Meeting him was a big one for me because he was so knowledgeable of the food. He had the entertainment part of it. Of course, he's a performer.
Yeah,
he was great, which I'm trying to be as well. But he knew his food as well. Like he was educated.
But when you were talking about the barbecue ribs, the ribs earlier on, and all that, he came to mind. I was thinking, that's a man that knows his barbecue.
Yeah, but he knows his food. Like he's not a wally. Like there's this old saying: the man at the top of the mountain didn't fall there.
Yeah.
Like these you might think these people are idiots. They're not.
I love that.
Yeah, it's true though. He didn't fucking fall there, bro. Like I'm telling you now, there's fucking one way or another. He got himself up there, and he was someone that I met, and I thought, yeah, I can see why you are who you are and what you are. He was great. He spoke so cleanly and crisp. His pronunciation was great. Storytelling ability, but he could switch it on, talking about his food straight away. He was cool. He's a really cool guy, and he's a hero. Like TV used to be shit. It still isn't great. But do you remember Man vs. Food back in the day? That was like, what? This guy is amazing.
Yeah.
He'd eat like these 10-pound burritos filled with the spiciest stuff in the world.
Yeah.
Not only is it huge, it's also the world's spiciest, and he would like devour a lot. People would be cheering. It's like, this guy's the coolest guy in the world. To a normal man, he was cool. He was everything.
It's like an athlete, isn't it? It's like that, the kind of adoration that I hear in your voice is like, you know, like reserved for a Ronaldo.
But in terms of like broadcasting, being a foodie broadcaster, I don't know many people that had the global appeal that he did. He was cool.
No, he was.
That's why I like Gordon Ramsay as well. I know he's obviously the top chef, but what he's managed to do in the media space, what's juggling a family and the rest of it, I think is cool. And Emma, my gorgeous partner, has watched his brand new show. I know she's going to date this. Sorry, on Netflix. And she's watched it all. Said it was great. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And
she watched it without you.
I know. I was away.
That for me and Vic is kind of like breakup territory. He's like, you watched that shit I wanted to watch without me.
So look, he's. I think he's just cool. I think he's really fucking cool. No,
and he's only. I mean, in earnings, he's only second to Jamie Oliver, isn't he? I think in terms of like lifetime earnings.
I think he's beating him now.
Is he? I think I saw something not that long
maybe.
ago.
Look, maybe people can fact check this, but I think he. Look, also these. I've been fortunate enough to eat at some of these nice restaurants. Never any of his restaurant Ramsay, for example, but.
Claridge's? Because he was the head chef at Claridge's for a while.
Wow, yeah, okay. We did the Fat Duck and a few other ones. Right, but the respect I have for these top level performers in the chef world, I think I think they're just brilliant at what they can do with food in the presentation, working under in such incredibly difficult circumstances on service, working at that level. I just really respect them. He's also a broadcaster, a cool guy, keeps himself fit and healthy, sharp between the ears. He's a fantastic talker, comes from humble beginnings with a story. You know, I think he's fucking brilliant. If you ask me a question, like who would you want to invite for dinner one day, let alone review with you, it'd definitely be Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Who else?
I would like to... What, so we just like, you've got a dinner party?
Yeah, it's the old dinner party question. Yeah, I didn't actually have it written down because I thought, Rich, that's too low hanging fruit. But you
probably would be Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
My granddad, who's on the wall over here. I'd love him to be there just to have an adult conversation with him. And I would invite my sons to listen to their granddad.
Nice. So they're going to be of what? Like, how old are they going to be?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You
just want. So that's you and your kids. You're just like, I just want that man in my life. Yeah, that's very sweet. Yeah, man. Mate, this has been a lot of fun. So much fun. What's next? Like, you know, what's like? You mentioned the fitness. Let's talk about the fitness.
Yeah. So alongside the food review stuff, we've got a couple other businesses. That Slap Sauce has been wildly brilliant. We've got a whole new product, I hope, coming out soon. Cheaper price point, more sauces on the range, and we've been approached by a big supermarket. So nice. That's all cooking in the background. So if anyone thinks I've been quiet in that department, that's why. Okay. We've got some amazing stuff coming with Slap Sauce. If you haven't already got some, go and give it a go.
I haven't, so I need to get some.
I don't know if I've got a bottle. Maybe you can have one.
I'd love that.
I'll get some sent to you.
Hugely appreciate it.
Maybe I can give you a case and give a case away to someone in the comments as well. Best comment wins.
Let's do just that.
There's that, and with everything that's gone on with the fitness stuff, I've had so many messages. Obviously, I loved coaching. I've coached a lot. And with everything that happened with the fitness stuff, I've had a lot of men reach out to me. Dads who are battling with their lives and their own stuff, like we all are, begging for help. So I've started taking people on as a coach. Like I'm coaching people through this process.
Because you don't have enough going on.
It's just one of them things where I've just wanted to do it. Obviously it's a business, of course. Got bills to pay and a family to feed. But at the same time, it's incredibly rewarding. We've been going for maybe 5 or 6 months now. Got some great clients that have had huge success just with our simple formula, you know, move less, eat more, gym programs, accountability, weekly check-ins, food, nutrition, all of that stuff is taken care of, and they work with me one-to-one. that's been great. And we've got a few other things cooking at the moment on the business front. 2 other businesses that are launching soon with some really exciting people. And ultimately with Food Review Club, more of the same, but with slightly better intent and production. I'm going to concentrate on doing a bit more quality rather than quantity. I think in the past we've been a bit, that will do every day, rather than let's slow this down and make something that we're truly proud of 4 times a week. Yeah. So we're still going to
still incredibly busy. That's a lot of content that you're still creating. So.
Yeah, but it is when you put it on every different platform and they're all chopped up differently for the different audiences.
Is it you that does that?
No. We've got a team.
Yeah, because mate, that's killing me at the minute.
Yeah.
Just that, you do a short and then it's TikTok, it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it's YouTube Shorts. That's that, and each one requires a different thing, different.
And you've just got to be present at them all as well. I see some people that are just I'm not worried about TikTok or Facebook. Yeah. It's like you've got to be you've got to be everywhere because they're all a wonderful opportunity to pop off. And some of these really big YouTubers probably can be a bit more selective when you've got massive amounts of money coming in and whatever else. But us guys on the climb up, on the hustle, you've just got to do everything. Yeah. Get up earlier, work later, work weekends, sacrifice. It's hard.
Yeah. But man, you're doing it and you're doing amazingly.
We're trying our
It's
best.
been a lot of fun, man. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, mate.
And, cheers, man.
And good luck on your journey as well.
Thank you, man. And we are back. I hope you enjoyed that. I took so much away from Matt, from his content creation, from his passion, from his drive. And again, it's all about what's truly possible. He changed his life, completely changed his life by seeing an opportunity and grabbing it. So, Project Possible, tick. Right, I am back next week with another fantastic guest. I will see you next Monday. Until then, stay strong.